Okay, this is major on have to be 21. Okay. The first question is on modulus inequalities. In order to solve this, you square both sides. That gets rid of the modulus. It's going to become 9 and x plus 1 whole square. So I get 4x squared minus 4x plus 1 is less than 9x squared plus 2x plus 4x squared minus 4x plus 1, 9x squared plus 18x plus 9. If I move everything to one side, I get 5x squared plus 22x plus 8. Now what I can do is I can put the entire thing on a calculator and get my answers. Or I can first solve a quadratic equation. And say that there are two values of x, minus 2 over 5 and minus 4. Okay, I can make a small sketch. And say that I require the regions that are greater than 0. So less than minus 4 or greater than minus 2 over 5. Okay. I could have also used my calculator to directly solve this quadratic inequality, and that would have given me the correct answer as well. Okay, next it says on the sketch of an Argand diagram, shade the region whose points represent the complex number z, satisfying the inequality this. Okay, since I don't have a scale on this, I'm going to add a grid so that I can show you better how to do this. Now there are two loci that I need to draw. This is a circle. Center minus 1 plus I, radius 1. This is a half line. Starting point is 1. Angle is 135 degrees. Okay, let's label this 1 and this also as minus 1. So my circle starts from, has the center this, it also has the radius of 1. So drawing that, it's going to look like that. Okay. And a half line starting at 1 and an angle of 35 degrees. Okay, so it's going to look something like that. Okay, now I need to remain inside the circle because it says less than 1, and I need to remain less than or equals to 45 degrees, less than 135 degrees, which means I know that I need to stay on this side of the line and inside the circle. So this is the region that I'm going to shade, and I get this. On the exam, you will have to use a scale and draw accurate marks, and then draw the circle with the compass and the half line with a protractor. The next question is about the variables x and y satisfy the equation this. Explain why the graph of y against ln x is a straight line, and state the exact value of the gradient of the line. This is a question about linear law, where you transform curves into straight lines. So taking an ln on both sides gives me this. I can then separate the right-hand side and write as minus y ln 3 ln x. Now shuffling around these terms gives me minus ln x plus ln a. If I move this to the denominator on the other side, I get. Now, in order to explain this, what you need to do is say that you've expressed it in the form y equals to mx plus c, where capital Y represents y-axis, and I can see y plotted on it. Capital X represents x-axis and is equals to ln x. The gradient then is minus 1 over ln 3, and the y-intercept is ln a over 3. ln a over ln 3. Okay, that is the question on linear law. Then says that it is given that the line intersects the y-axis. Now remember that what you plotted was y against ln x. So when it intersects the y-axis, the value of ln x is 0. So how would you solve that? You would say that this is minus 1 over ln 3 ln x plus ln a over ln 3. To 0. And the value of y is 1.3. So ln a is minus 1.3 ln 3. And then a is exponential 1.3 ln 3. In decimal terms, that would be 1.3 ln 3. 4.17. Correct to 2 decimal places. Now, this next question is about integration by parts. The question is telling you it is integration by parts. When you're doing integration by parts, you use an acronym called ILATE. Now, I represents the inverse trigonometric. So I have an inverse trigonometric, and I don't see anything else, which means that there's an algebraic, and that's called 1. The first in this order becomes u, so u equals to tan inverse of x, half x. And the second in this order becomes v dash, so v dash is 1. V therefore is x. The differential of tan inverse is 1 over 1 plus half x squared into half. What I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this first so that I can write this together. This becomes and this becomes 4 over 1 plus x squared into half, which is 2. Okay. Now the formula for integration by parts is VU minus integral of VU dash V into U. So V is x, U is tan inverse of half x minus integral of VU dash. So I have x okay. This becomes a question on integration by recognition. I see the differential of the denominator is appearing in the numerator. So I can directly say that this is going to become what? ln 1 plus x squared. Okay. I now need to plug in the limits from 0 to 2. So I get 2 tan inverse 1 ln 5 minus 0 minus ln 1. So that's again 0. 2 tan inverse of 1 gives me 2 pi over 4 minus ln 5. लगा उसको. Okay. So 2 pi over 4 minus ln 5. Let's verify if that's the correct answer. This is ln 2. Have I missed something? Slide. पेपर कर रहा हूँ उसके बाद पूछ लेना इसमें कोई गलती हुई है 4 plus x squared. Okay, sorry, this is 4 plus x squared. ln okay, so ln 4 plus 4 8 हो जाएगा and the other term actually is there minus 0 minus ln 4. So I get minus ln 8 plus ln 4, which is pi over 2 plus ln 4 minus ln 8, pi over 2 ln 4 divided by 8, which is ln half, so minus ln. Okay. ये थोड़ा unusual questions है, if you haven't done this before, इस quick देख लेना. So yeah, tan inverse of x half x की integration है by parts. Okay. The next one is about complex numbers. The complex number u is given by this. Find the two square roots of u, giving your answers in the form a plus ib, where a and b are real and exact. Comparison से solve होता है. Okay. So 10 minus 4 root 6i a plus bi, square both sides, and I get 10 minus 4 root 6i equals to a square 2abi plus b square I square. So a square minus b square is the real part, and 10 minus 4 root 6i on the left hand side. So 10 is equals to a square minus b square, and minus 4 root 6 is equals to 2a. Yeah. So you can find the two square roots of u. Say it. Okay, substitution लेंगे कोई एक, b की substitution ले लेते हैं. Four into 6 is 24. So a power 4 minus 24, 10a squared. So a square equals to 6 and a square equals to 9. A square equals to 12 and a square equals to minus 2, right? Okay. So this can't be possible because a has to be real and exact. So a non-real aa jayega. So a is therefore plus minus 4 root 3. 2 root 3, sorry, 2 root 3. Okay, plus minus 2 root 3. Two square roots nikal le. So when a is 2 root 3, b is root 2 minus root 2. Or plus root 2. Okay, so the two square roots are, what's your final answer? 2 root 3 minus root 2i and minus 2 root 3 plus root 2i. Those are the two square roots of 10 minus 4 root 6i. पता किससे चलता है हमने सही किया है? If I square this, I can put it on a calculator. I should get what? I should get 10 minus 4 root 6. Calculator मुझे बता देगा अगर मैंने सही किया. Okay? मार्किंग स्कीम चेक कर लेता हूँ. Okay? ये हमारा comparison वाला method है. What they've done is shown you another method के आप उसको modulus argument form. It's actually, if you express it into the exponential form, square roots फिर भी निकल आते हैं. अगर exponential में इस तरह r या iota theta कर दोगे ना, तो भी निकल सकते हैं. That's another way of doing it, actually. Okay? करके देख लेना. Prove cosec 2 theta is 1 over and cot 2 theta is okay. So sine 2 theta in the denominator, 1 minus cos 2 theta. What is the trick? 1 minus 2 cos square theta की हम 1 को एलिमिनेट करना चाह रहे हैं. tan थीटा बनना था ना, कॉट क्यों बन गया? तो सॉरी, ये मैंने हाँ सॉरी आइडेंटिटी गलत लगाई. दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज थिंकिंग. मैंने कुछ गड़बड़ कर दिया. ओके, माय बैड. ओके, 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So 2 sin square theta over 2 sin theta cos theta. So I get sin theta over cos theta, which is tan theta. Okay. Hence show that. Okay. So this is the same identity that's up there. So I can get tan theta here. What's the integral of tan theta? Minus ln cos theta. So yeah, that is something that you should remember. मैंने आपको यही सिखाया था. आता कहाँ से ये इंटीग्रेशन बाय रेकग्निशन से आता है. करके दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं, as long as you know it comes from there. So minus ln cos of pi over 3 minus ln cos of pi over 4. Cos of pi over 3, cos of 60 is half. So I get minus half. And cos of pi over 4 is root 2 over 2. Sorry, ln लगाने ना. ln of half. ln of half and plus ln of root 2 over 2. Okay. Now I need to simplify this and get this. पहले तो ये हो जाएगा minus ln 2 power minus 1. And can I break this up or combine the powers? Can I also write this as 2 power minus half? क्या? 2 power half को 2 power minus 1 लिखते हैं ना अभी तो सिर्फ इनवर्स 2 power 1 है ना बेटा डिनोमिनेटर में. तो ऊपर आके क्या हो जाएगा? 2 power minus 1 हो जाएगा. 1 over x power n होता है तो x power minus n होता है ना. ओके. अगर तुम्हें ये कंफ्यूजन हो रही है, you can also do this. ln1 minus ln2. ओके. तो ये बन जाएगा ln2 और इसकी भी पावर्स मैंने सिंप्लीफाई कर ली. हाफ ऊपर था, 1 नीचे था, तो हाफ माइनस 1 करके माइनस हाफ आ गया. सो आई गेट माइनस हाफ ln2. सही. 1 ln2 minus half ln2 gives me half ln2. I think that's simple. मेरा half ln2. Okay, ये क्वेश्चन ज्यादा मार्क्स के इनमें स्पेस कम है. स्पेस रिलेटिवली कम है. ओके, पूरा फिल हो गया देखो. हालांकि 4 मार्क्स है, जनरली पूरा पेज होता है, कभी कभार इसमें नहीं है. A curve is such that the gradient at a general point, so I'm talking about dy by dx, is proportional to y over root of If I remove the proportional sign, what do I get? Okay. The curve passes through the points this and that by setting up and solving a differential equation. So I need to solve a differential equation. So this is going to become 1 over ky dy. Okay. And separation of variables, okay, that's the first step in solving differential equations. Integrate on both sides. Now can I pull this out and say कि ये बन जाएगा 1 over k. सही है, अभी मैं इंटीग्रेट कर रहा हूँ उसको. Okay. I get 1 over k ln y 2 okay. Now I have two unknowns and I have 2 points 0, 1 ln 1 2 plus c equals to 0. Okay, so c equals to -2. Simple. What's the other point? 3 comma e ln e. So this is also simple. 8. 4 power half is 2. 2 power 2 is 4. 2 into 2 is 4. Or even get 1 over k. K equals to half. Okay. Let's check if those are the correct answers. -1. Have I made a mistake somewhere? K की value सही आ रही है, C की value गलत आ रही है. That's strange. Also, they may have written C in a different place. It's okay. तो उनका C different होगा. हमारा expression same बनना चाहिए ना. I'm just asking you to express y in terms of C, y in terms of वो, तो expression same बन जाएगा. कर लेते हैं. 2x plus 1 power half minus 2. So when you get 2 ln y, 2x plus 1 power half minus 2. 2 is common to all of the terms. So ln y equals to x plus 1 power half minus 1. Now making y the subject. Okay, I think that should be the correct answer. That's what it is. Okay, क्योंकि वो probably उन्होंने c different जगह पे लिया होगा, तो उसकी वजह से c की value different आई. k इसीलिए सही आ रहा है. उन्होंने c कहीं और रखा होगा ना. Depends on where they've kept c. It doesn't mention anywhere. कहीं कहीं आएगा डिफरेंट. सही है, फाइनल नाम से लेकिन तुम्हारी एक्सप्रेशन सेम आएगा. ओके, अब तुम सोचो ना कि मैंने अगर इसके साथ प्लस सी लगाया होता तो वो 2 आया होता. ओके, अभी देखो पूरा पेज है. आई डोंट नो व्हाई तो S2 तो वो टॉपिक ही ऐसा होता है ना. Okay, the equation of a curve is this. Find the x coordinates of the stationary points of the curve, giving your answers correct to 3 decimal places. 8 marks. Product rule. Okay. U dash is minus 5e power minus 5x. V dash is what? पहले पावर डिफरेंशिएट करो एक पावर कम हो जाएगी, फिर ब्रैकेट डिफरेंशिएट करो। ओके, मेक श्योर दैट यू डू दिस कॉन्शियसली। ये अक्सर हो जाती है आपसे मिस्टेक जल्दी जल्दी में। ओके, tan का डिफरेंशियल स्क्वायर एक्स होता है बस, tan स्क्वायर का कोई डिफरेंशियल नहीं है, वो इंटीग्रेशन होती है। ओके, वो tan इनवर्स वाली जो इंटीग्रेशन आई थिंक कॉल कर रहे हो, अभी वो नहीं है ना। u डैश v प्लस v डैश u इक्वल्स टू 0 रखना है। ओके, -5 e पावर -5x इंटू tan स्क्वायर x और 2 tan x sec square x e power -5x equals to 0. Now, I've always told you, whenever you have these questions, the next step is always to take a common and simplify this. So e power -5x मुझे common नजर आ रहा है. I'm left with -5 tan square x plus 2 tan x. क्या?
tan x भी common जाएगा.
हाँ, वो मैं you're right, I can take that out as a common as well. चलो निकाल लेते को. Okay, so either this equals to 0 or that equals to 0. Okay, sec square x क्या होता है? 1 plus tan square x. Identity होती है ना? Sec square x is 1 plus tan square x. So I get 2 tan square x minus 5 tan x plus 2 equals to 0. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Again, either this equals to 0 or that equals to 0. This is not possible, but when is tan x 0 at 0 and at 180? Okay, are either of those applicable? 0 might be applicable. सही है, तो 0 को consider करना पड़ेगा. Okay, 0 is one of the values that I would consider. Giving your answer correct to. अभी इसकी बात करते हैं. सही है. Let me see if we have one of the answers as 0. Yes. So there's a mark for that. एक मार्क चला जाएगा अगर हमने ये इग्नोर कर दिया तो. सही है. आप लोगों की टेंडेंसी होती है कि आप लोग अक्सर जब मैं अगर इसको साथ रखता ना तो a lot of people would have cancelled it out. Never cancel out the terms. Common ले equals to 0 करें. Okay, this is an A-level math question, so you can't just simply cancel out. O-levels में होता था. What are the two? 2.5. Both in the first quadrant. Okay, both in the first quadrant. Radians में चाहिए होगा मुझे. .546 ये वाला है. पहला वाला क्या है? नहीं, मैंने एक मिनट कुछ गलत किया. 0.46 464 है. और पहला वाला क्या है? 1 point. Okay, so I have 3 stationary points. This curve has 3 stationary points in this interval that I'm talking to you about. Okay, now find the x coordinates. So I have 3 answers: 0, 1.107 and 0.464. Let's check if those are the correct answers. 0, 0.464, 1.107. All 3 are correct. Okay, so इसीलिए इसके 8 marks थे, 1 marks इसका था और बाकी solve करने का. And lots of space, not really necessary. Okay, express f of x in partial fractions. What is the first thing that I should notice? That it is a proper fraction. Okay, सो एक बात तो खत्म हो गई कि कांस्टेंट सेपरेट नहीं करना मुझे. ओके 14 माइनस अगेन मैं डायरेक्ट लिख सकता हूँ a over 2 plus x and bx plus c over 3 plus x square. Okay 14 minus 3x plus 2x square, तो इसके साथ आ जाएगा 3 plus x square. The first value that I'm going to take is x equals to -2. Seven a 14 plus 6 is 20. 20 minus 28 plus whatever. Okay. Minus there. A equals to 4. Then I can start taking other values. X की value 0 रख दी है मैंने. Should first write that. पहले मैं लिख लेता हूँ और फिर मैं रखता हूँ 0. Okay. Since I've run out of brackets that I could make 0, I've taken this as 0. So that gives me 14 3a plus c into 2 is 4. So that gives me c as 1. Okay. Then I take x as 1. Okay, so my partial fractions are what? My partial fractions are 4 over 2 plus x plus minus 2x plus 1 over 3 plus x. Okay. Then it says expansion. Let's quickly do that. मैं पहले values check कर लूं. हाँ वो लिखा वैसे ना. मेरा एक्सप्रेशन सेम ही बनेगा ना -2x plus 1. ओके मेरा भी यही बना ना. ओके अप टू x स्क्वायर. सो पहले ये वाले ब्रैकेट एक्सपैंड करते हैं. सही हमें फॉर्मूला याद है. The first term is a power n a n minus 1 b power 1 n minus 1 over 2 factorial n minus 2 half two plus 1 over 8. Okay. Then the expansion for this one is simple because it just has to go on to the first term. So term number 1 is a power n 1/3. Term number 2 is n a n minus 1 power 1. So I get -1 over 9 square. Okay. इसको यहाँ पे फिट कर देंगे तो क्वेश्चन होगा वो खुद ही सॉल्व हो जाएगा. 2 x square over 2 plus 1/3 minus 1/9 x square minus 2x over 3 plus 2x cubed. I can ignore that. Okay. So 2 plus 1 over 3 gives me 7 over 3. Minus 5 over 3. What is half minus 9? 7 over 18. Okay. Looks unusual. Let's see. 7 over 3 minus 5 over 3 and 7 over 18. Right. Okay. Okay. Two more questions. Says the diagram shows a trapezium ABCD in which AD equals to BC is equals to AB equals to 2R. Okay. The acute angles BAD and ABC are both equal to X, and circular arcs of radius this and this mean to a midpoint at that. Given that the sum of the areas of the shaded region is 90% of the area of the trapezium. So yeah, shaded areas 0.9 area of trapezium. Okay, shaded areas are simple. 2 times half r squared theta. Area of trapezium, half. Height is missing. Can I say that the height can be dropped here? So yeah, and can I say that sine x equals to h over r hota hai? So r sine x is the height. Okay, r sine x is the height. क्या r ये है. अच्छा वो हो गया. सही है. Okay, r sine x is the height. Sum of parallel sides. एक parallel side तो 2r है. What about this one? Can I say that this is r cos x? If the height was r sine x, then this must be r cos x. Let's call this point x. Then let's not call this x. Let's call this another p. So AP जो है वो r cos x है. Similarly, QA भी r cos x होगा. Then can I say that DC निकालने के लिए 2r minus 2r cos x. Now, when I shuffle all of this around, I'm pretty sure that it's going to boil down to that. First, I can get rid of the half. So 2r square x, 0.9 r sine x. 2r plus 2r is 4r minus 2r cos x. Okay. 0.9 has to stay out common, so I'll keep that. I can see r squares. So yeah, I can see r squares by showing you this. Okay, I can pull out 2r common out of this. So I'm left with 2 minus cos x. Out of the third bracket, I've pulled out a 2r common. Okay. So 2r square x. So I can cancel out the 2's. I can cancel out r squares. So I'm left with x equals to 0.9 sine x, 2 minus cos x. Okay. Verify by calculation. What's the first step?
There are 2r था yes.
क्या
Right
sorry?
side. Right. अच्छा आपने उस तरीके से cancel किया सही.
2 को कैंसिल कर दिया मैंने, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे भी एक 2 है ना. ओके. पहले इसमें फंक्शन क्रिएट करते हैं. हाउ डू यू क्रिएट अ फंक्शन? बाय टेकिंग द इक्वेशन दैट यू हैड एंड मूविंग एवरीथिंग टू वन साइड. ओके. फिर इसमें एक दफा 0.5 लगाएंगे और एक दफा 0.7 लगाएंगे और चेंज ऑफ साइन से इंडिकेट करके बताएंगे कि दिस इज there's a root between those two. Keep your calculator in radians. पहला वाला माइनस आ रहा है, माइनस 0.38, चाहिए 387. माइनस दूसरा भी माइनस आ रहा है, नहीं पॉजिटिव. पहला वाला 0. So yeah, whatever. It's the change of sign that I want to indicate. So I get 2 marks out of it. Okay. Okay. Show that if a sequence of values in the interval this is given by the iterative formula, then it converges to the root of the equation part 1. What I'm trying to tell you is that this formula will converge to that. What was my earlier equation? It was 0.9 sin x into 2 minus cos x. I can do 2 things. Either I can use this equation to create that or use that equation to create this. It's my choice. So yeah, मैं जो भी करना चाहूँ. Either of those ways is easy. If I move this to the denominator and then I shuffle things around, so ये prove हो गया. Okay. Then the next part is doing the iteration. Okay. What is my starting value going to be? It's going to be the midpoint of 0.5 and 0.7. So x1 is 0.6. I need to write each iteration correct to 4 decimal places. Let me just do that myself as well so that I can write them easily. Cos inverse of 2 minus answer over 0.9. Okay, so root equals to 0.62. The last one is vectors. With respect to the origin of the points A and B have position vectors OA and OB, show that OA equals to OB and use the scalar product to calculate this. When it says OA equals to OB, what am I asking you to prove? Magnitude boost, because कोई vector का sign नहीं लगा हुआ. सही है? So मैग्नीट्यूड हो जाएगा OA का 2 स्क्वायर प्लस 1 स्क्वायर, सही है, -1 का स्क्वायर, √5. OB is also √5. सही है. फिर एंगल AOB निकालना है, तो हम क्या लिखते थे, cos इनवर्स ऑफ OA डॉट OB over magnitudes. I have to be careful when I do the dot product क्योंकि इसमें एक मिसिंग है, 2 -1 and 0 and 0 1 and -2. √5 and √5 is fine. So 0 -1 -0 5. Cos inverse of -1 over 5. What do I get? $101.5. Okay. Let's check if that is correct. Sorry. This is the last question. The midpoint of AB is M. The point P on the line through O and M is such that PA and OA are in the ratios √7 to 1. Find the possible position vectors of P. So yeah, now on the line through O and M. And there's a point P on this. Okay. Okay. So I will need the equation of OM ताकि उसका general point को मैं P कह सकूं, and then I can use it to calculate that. Before I go on and calculate the equation, I need OM, M itself. Midpoint निकालना पड़ेगा. Midpoint कैसे निकालते हैं? Midpoint is simply the coordinates को add subtract कर लेंगे. Sorry, add करके divide by 2 कर देंगे. So A के coordinates हैं 2 -1 and 0, और B के coordinates क्या है? 1 and -2. Okay. So midpoint जो आ जाएगा वो क्या आ जाएगा? 2 + 0 divided by 2, -1 + 1 divided by 2, 0 - 2 divided by 2. I get 1 0 -1. Okay, that's OM. Okay, OM आ गया 1 0 -1. Equation of line OM.
AB का
क्या
midpoint हेलो
ए बी का मिड पॉइंट लोगे तो AM आएगा, हाफ ऑफ AB करोगे तो AM आएगा. मैंने हाफ ऑफ AB नहीं किया, आई ट्रीटेड देम एज कोऑर्डिनेट्स ना. मैंने इनको एज कोऑर्डिनेट्स ट्रीट कर लिया है, 2, -1, 0. ओके, दैट मेक्स सेंस. सही है.
हाफ AB क्यों नहीं यूज कर सकते?
वो तुम AB यूज करोगे तो तुम्हें लिखना पड़ेगा AM equals to half of AB. Then you'll have to break down AM into OM minus OA and then do that. मैंने AB निकाला ही नहीं है, इसलिए मैंने कुछ किया ही नहीं. Okay, I've avoided calculating AB altogether. Answer same ही आएगा. You can do it this way as well. Okay, मैंने उसका coordinates है तो coordinates को आधा कर लिया मैंने. Okay, अब equation of line OM, ये जरा गौर से देखना. इसका डायरेक्शनल वेक्टर वही होगा जो OM है 1 0 -1, और इसमें पॉइंट में क्या ले सकता हूँ मैं? 0 0 0 ले सकता हूँ. That makes the question easier, right? I would also have taken 1 0 -1. It's the direction, literally. अब AB की डायरेक्शन, इस लाइन की डायरेक्शन क्या होगी? AB, which is OB minus OA. वेक्टर मूव कहाँ कर रहा है ये तुम्हें बता. रट्टा लगा दो अगर तुम विजुलाइज नहीं कर पाते। 3 dimensions को थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है विजुलाइज करना, बट लैम्डा 0 माइनस लैम्डा, ये क्या है? These are the coordinates of P. These are the coordinates of P because P is the general point. एक unknown point ढूंढ रहा हूँ ना मैं. I'm looking for an unknown point that is on this line, so it must have the general coordinate of this line. If it has general coordinates, can I then say कि मुझे PA का distance और मुझे OA का distance √7 to 1 रखना है. Okay? अब PA का distance कैसे निकालूंगा? Can I say that PA का distance निकलेगा, A के coordinates क्या थे? 2 minus 1 और 0, तो ये बन जाएगा lambda minus 2 whole square, 0 plus 1 whole square, minus lambda minus 0 whole square. That's PA. और OA आपने पहले से कितना निकाला हुआ है? √5. Does that make sense? Waleed? P समझ आया नहीं? तो PA तो मैंने डिस्टेंस निकाल लिया नॉर्मली, I2 minus Y1, X2 minus X1, Z2 minus Z1. ये रहा.
सर इक्वेशन के बाद दोबारा एक्सप्लेन कर.
इक्वेशन के बाद मैंने ये किया है कि मैंने कहा कि any point on this line OM will have the general coordinate of this line. ये general coordinate है ना. So जो P के coordinates होंगे वो क्या होंगे? lambda 0 and minus lambda. अब नॉर्मली डिस्टेंस हम कैसे निकालते हैं? डिस्टेंस का फॉर्मूला हमें ये पता है ना, तो मैंने यही किया है. ओके, ये A के कोऑर्डिनेट्स हैं और ये P के कोऑर्डिनेट्स हैं. y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1 and z2 minus z1. ओके, OA पहले से निकाला हुआ है तो उसको नीचे √5 है. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करूंगा तो √35 बन जाएगा. और जब मैं दोनों साइड से रूट्स को खत्म करूंगा तो ये बन जाएगा lambda minus 2 whole square plus 1 plus lambda square equals to 35. So lambda square minus 4 lambda plus 5 plus 4 plus 1 plus lambda square equals to 30. 2 lambda square minus 4 lambda मिला के बनेगा -13. कैलकुलेटर पे लगा दो. एक लैम्डा 5 आ रहा है और एक 3 आ रहा है. चेक कर लो जरा. सही है. So P is therefore 5 0 minus 5, or P can also be 3 0 and -3. Let's check. क्या? -3, sorry. Oh. Okay. सही है. सही है.